great to walk with you again. Today, while we walking, I'll summarize a story named The Gift of the Magi by O. Henry. What is the price of true love? For most, it's measured in diamonds or expensive dinners. But for Della and Jim, two soulmates living in a gray, poverty-stricken flat in New York, the price was everything they ever owned. Imagine selling your soul's only pride just to buy a gift that, in the end, no one can even use. This isn't just a Christmas story, it is the world's most famous paradox of sacrifice. Today, we step into the cold, snowy streets of 1905 to witness a miracle of the heart. This is O. Henry's masterpiece, The Gift of the Magi. The agony of the $1.87. The story begins in a shabby $8 a week furnished flat. The doorbell is broken, the mailbox is empty, and the air is thick with the scent of poverty. Della Dillingham Young stands by the window, counting her savings for the 20th time. $1.87. That was all. And 60 cents of it was in pennies. Pennies saved 1 and 2 at a time by haggling with the grocer and the butcher until her cheeks burned with the silent imputation of parsimony. Christmas is tomorrow, and there is no way she can buy a worthy gift for her husband Jim with such a pitiful sum. She throws herself on the ragged little couch and howls. It is a moment of pure, raw despair that many of us can relate to. The feeling of wanting to give the world to someone, but having nothing but empty pockets. In the midst of her tears, Della catches her reflection in the thin pier glass between the windows. Suddenly, her eyes begin to shine. The Dillingham Youngs had two treasures in which they both took a mighty pride. Jim's gold watch, a family heirloom that had belonged to his father and grandfather. It was his only sign of nobility in a world that treated him like a common worker. And Della's hair, a cascading ripple of chestnut waters that reached below her knees. If the Queen of Sheba had lived in the flat across the air shaft, Della would have let her hair hang out the window to dry just to make Her Majesty's jewels look pale. The ultimate sacrifice. With a rapid movement, Della puts on her old brown jacket and hat. She runs out into the snow and stops at a shop sign. Madame Safroni, hair goods of all kinds. With a beating heart, she asks, "Will you buy my hair?" The cold, businesslike Madame lifts the heavy mass of hair. $20, she says. In that moment, she doesn't hesitate. She sells her beauty, her pride, and her identity for 20 pieces of silver. For the next 2 hours, she ransacks the stores for Jim's present. She finally finds it, a platinum fob chain, simple and chaste in design. It is perfect for Jim's watch. It is like Jim himself, quietness and value. It costs $21. She hurries home with 87 cents left, but her heart is singing. The anxiety of the return. Back at the flat, Della looks at her reflection with short, close-lying curls. She looks like a truant schoolboy. She spends the evening praying, "Please God, make him think I am still pretty." At 7 o'clock, the door opens. Jim steps in. He looks thin and very serious. His eyes fix upon Della, and there is an expression in them that she cannot read. It isn't anger, nor surprise, nor disapproval. He simply stares at her with a strange, stony look. Della cries out, explaining that she sold her hair to buy him a Christmas gift because she couldn't let the day pass without giving him something. The double irony. Jim finally wakes from his trance. He enfolds his Della. Then he draws a package from his overcoat pocket and throws it upon the table. "Don't make any mistake, Dell. I don't think there is anything in the way of a haircut that could make me love my girl any less. But if you'll unwrap that package, you may see why I was upset." White fingers tear at the string. An ecstatic scream of joy, and then, alas, a quick feminine change to hysterical tears and wails. For there lay the combs, the set of combs, side and back, that Della had worshipped for a long time in a Broadway window. Beautiful combs, pure tortoise shell, with jeweled rims, just the shade to wear in the now vanished hair. She hugs them to her bosom and smiles through tears. "My hair grows so fast, Jim." Then she leaps up like a singed cat and cries, "Oh, oh!" She had not yet seen her beautiful gift for him. She holds out the platinum chain. "Isn't it a dandy, Jim? Give me your watch. I want to see how it looks on it." Instead of obeying, Jim tumbles down on the couch and puts his hands under the back of his head and smiles. "Dell," said he, "let's put our Christmas presents away and keep them a while. They're too nice to use just at present. I sold the watch to get the money to buy your combs." The room goes silent. Two useless gifts sit on the table. A chain for a watch that is gone. Combs for hair that has been cut. In the eyes of the world, they were foolish, but in the eyes of the wise, they were the Magi. The Magi, as you know, were wise men, wonderfully wise men, who brought gifts to the babe in the manger. They invented the art of giving Christmas gifts. But the story of Della and Jim teaches three profound lessons. Love is about sacrifice, not objects. The value of a gift is not in its price tag, but in what the giver had to give up to get it. Della gave her beauty. Jim gave his legacy. The paradox of giving. When you give everything you have for someone else, you might end up with nothing material, but you gain a spiritual wealth that money cannot buy. They lost their treasures, but they found a love that was tested and proven. Wisdom versus logic. To a logical person, Della and Jim were foolish children who destroyed their only possessions. But O. Henry tells us that of all who give and receive gifts, such as they are wisest. They are the true Magi. And with those deep messages, our walk also ends here. Thank you for walking with me to the end of the journey, and see you again soon in another adventures with so many more amazing books and stories. Goodbye for now.